What a beautiful, beautiful day. And honestly guys, the support on the last video was great. So I figure we should do a second step when it comes to modding. And you know, a peaceful day like this, I'm reminded why weight painting is so annoying. So let's go check with the expert, because that's actually the next step. Hello Osksir, how are you doing?
I'm working! Damn it!
But you're just weight painting, it's not that hard.
You think that was... It's harder than it looks, buddy.
Okay, how about you do the tutorial, because you know it better than I do.
Fine. I'll do it myself.
Alright guys, so the first thing that you need for this tutorial is a base rig, or anything that already has some mesh on it that will work. For this example, I'm going to be using a Ford rig, which is probably the most reliable rig, see here, which is attached to his body, like that. So what we're going to do in this tutorial is basically weight paint any type of clothing that you want onto Ford, or even like head models or anything. Alright, so you can get this Ford rig at Sketchfab, and if you search up Arthur Ford, you can find it right here. Or you can rip bonelab, but if you're like only trying to get Ford, this is probably a lot easier. You just want to click download and download the blend file. Alright. Also, you'll need some clothing or anything you want to fit on. Here I've got Agent 47 from Hitman. And he's also got his head, so I'm going to be weight painting his head on as well. So the first thing that we want to do is, of course, scale it up to Ford's proportions the best that you can. So sometimes you might want to rotate it. Any way to get it close to that rig that Ford has here. Alright, so it doesn't need to match the exact proportions when you're doing this part, but just try and get it as close. But here I'm trying to mostly match the head, because I'm going to be doing that. Alright, so once you fit it to his proportions, you can see here, these parts are not attached to his wrists, or are not close enough to his wrists, and of course that will look weird in game. You want to go up to here to object mode, click sculpt mode right there. See down here, there's a bunch of options you can use to fit your clothing to Ford rig. Alright, so what I would recommend is the easiest one is the grab. You can change the radius and the strength up here, and basically what you can do is just pull over his suit arms. Let's see. I'll try to do it without. There you go. That's good. And it will shrink in this mesh a bit if you have a high radius, but what you want to do is just pull it back out. See there, we basically fitted it pretty much to there. Just want to pull it down. Alright, now I'm going to turn my radius down a little bit. Good. Let's see here. And you don't want it to look like you've just pulled it over. You can see over here, it kind of looks like we've just pulled one end over. So you want to expand this bit and make this bit look less lumpy, so it looks more like a suit. And if you accidentally make any slip-ups like this, Control Z to go back. Just basic the knowledge. Alright, so once you've done the arms, you can move on to the legs. You don't need to do it as hyper as or as much even as the actual arms, because they're more visible, you could say. But what I'm going to do first is I'm going to cut out the shoes by going into edit mode, clicking L to select linked parts. I'm just going to select all these little bits. sole, then click G to make sure it's moving, and then I'm going to move the shoes to match pretty much where forward is. Wait, actually, I'm going to, because when you see going to move this, it's going to move all those parts out of place. So I'm going to click separate by selection, then move it in object mode, which is a bit more annoying because we have to change the route. No, actually, we can leave the route like that, it's fine. Alright, we can see that's pretty much matching forward's set leg position. I'm going to do that with the other one. Alright, that's pretty good. Next, what you want to do is actually move the legs over. And this part's definitely the most annoying, because if you move one side over, this part's going to move over too. But you just need to have a lot of precision and do it good. One. Alright, now those are done, but we still need to move their legs into position because they look a little wonky right now. What we're gonna do, or what I'm gonna do, is just gonna make them really chunky at first. And then we can pull them in way more. Yeah, see how chunky those legs look? So we gotta push it in, refine it even. Alright, I think that looks pretty good. You see it's all fitted now. It's pretty much fitted to forward. Well, I could pull that over a little bit more. But it does not really matter much from there. Oh yeah, one more thing you need to do is you need to match up the crotch. That will also drag a little bit if you don't match it up good. Just like that. You have everything fitted, and now, oh wait, one more thing. Fit the neck. Wait, we might not need to though, because the face is attached, isn't it? I'm gonna disconnect the face real quick. Alright, I'm not gonna fit the neck because it's already fit to Agent 47. Alright, so next you want to click or enable the rig if you've had it turned off. Click on your clothing or the mesh that you've just fitted. Shift click the armature. Then on your keyboard you want to click Control P for parent and click parent with empty groups. Alright, and now you can see that it's in the groups. Next you want to do is you want to click on the original mesh, shift click on the new mesh I've just added, the clothing, go up here and go to weightpaint, and you'll see, and you know it's right because your mesh will be green, or blue even, and then you want to click weights up here, and transfer weights, and then you want to go down here, change active layer to by name. Alright, and now you can do a little test, you can turn this off. And you can see here, your mesh is now moving with the rig. Of course the head isn't yet because I haven't connected it, but... And see how this pulling is happening? We're going to mess with that a bit later. Wait in a minute even. Just going to test their legs. You see they're working pretty good. The wrists. Alright, all good. Okay, we're just gonna now connect the feet if you've done them. See, there we go. Got that set up pretty good. Of course, I haven't connected to his jaw, so his jaw will look a little funny. I'm not planning to, so... Alright, and now the shoes. Work fine. Alright, now it's time to work a little on this right here. So it pulls in the way that we don't want it to pull. And you even see some meshes coming through. So what you want to do is click on the mesh, shift click on the... Oh wait, no. Click on the armature, shift click on the mesh, and then you want to go to weight paint mode. You see that? It's showing you all the weights that you... It's of course like this. Alright, to select a weight you want to click Control Shift and then left click on the bone that you want, and that will have it selected. And you see down here, this is mostly where all the pulling is coming from. It's pulling all of this. We don't really want it to pull all of that. It's too much. So we're just gonna completely get rid of it. But it won't let me for some reason. What? It's weird. Gonna add weights, yeah. Okay, we're just gonna click subtract then. There we go. Right, we wanna click subtract. And do this. Just to minimize the weights. And see already, that looks a lot better. There are a lot less pulling coming through, I think. And now we're gonna move on to the next bone, which is right here. We're also gonna get rid of the bones down here, or the weights down here. See? Oh, we do want it on, we just don't want it here, we do want it there though. Yeah. We want to make sure that this part actually has it, but not here mostly, so limit down the radius and turn it to subtract. I'm just gonna get rid of all this little. Right, move on to the next bone. It's kind of pulling a little. Not really though. That should be fine. Alright. So that's pretty good. We'll go into object mode. Not as much clippage as there would be. Alright, so once you mess around with your weight painting a bit, and you've got it to how you want it to be. See, I've got mine pretty good. Not perfection, but just to my standard. Alright. Once you've got it, that's basically all you need for weight painting. After that, you can export it as an FBX, import it into Unity, and follow the Gaming Docs tutorial on how to set up. Thanks for watching!
6 hours later.
I wonder what's going for him. Oh my god! I knew it was too much for him. What happened to you, buddy? What happened to you?
Doc?
Oh. I thought
Oh,
you
you're a bit
were...
late. No, that's just Jerry. It's my skeleton friend. Oh, I
Oh.
finished. Is this about the weight painting thing?
Yeah.
I finished that like weeks ago.
Damn. Is that the result?
Yeah, sure is. Looking pretty good.
Damn. People sure are lucky that we make these tutorials, aren't they? So how about you hit subscribe and check out both of our mods. Check out Osksir on mod.io and check out me on mod.io and subscribe to this channel and we'll see you in the next one. Anyways,
Oh yeah.
bye!